Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashley Flores, and today I will be presenting the topic, the Protestant Reformation. And we will definitely be discussing further throughout the whole presentation who led this movement, what was the causes and the effects of this movement. So let's get started. So the Protestant movement. So the movement began by Martin Luther in 1517, where he sought to reform abuses in the Roman Catholic Church. So as you guys notice on the left, there is a gentleman in a black robe. So that's actually Martin Luther. So he unleashed this movement to combat the Roman Catholic Church in regards to the abuses that they have been committing behind the scenes to the people who follow the church's practices. So Martin Luther wanted to bring about justice to the people and try to make changes for any of the type of practices that um, the Roman Catholic Church were playing on them. So here are some of the causes of Reformation. So here are three pictures of what caused the Protestant Reformation to begin. So, for example, the first cause that led to this movement was the Renaissance. So, the Renaissance was based on the philosophy of humanism, led people to question the authority of the church and to place greater faith in human reason. The second cause that led to the movement was the economic restrictions. So unfortunately, there was a ban on unsuri or lending money, and there was an interest created that would charge people um, when it comes to their wages and how much they will receive. So, for example, they were exempted of 10% tax on their income, um, which basically, of course, created many issues later on because people needed this money, for their families, food, etc. And the last reason was corruption. So there was a lot of corruption occurring during this time period, which led to the people to rebel or to actually contradict what the Roman Catholic Church was actually stating. For example, the Roman Catholic the Roman Catholic Church was actually involved through all of this corruption happening, which led to Martin Luther and other individuals later on as we speak throughout this whole presentation to this movement. So here we go. This is Martin Luther. So Martin Luther was a Zen monk who challenged some of the practices of the Roman Catholic Church, as I stated before. For example, the status of indulgences, which indulgences means paying off um, the sins and asking for forgiveness to make it easier to cross the bridge to heaven, and other corrupt activities that the church has been doing behind the scenes. He posted his 95 Theses and posted it on the door of the Wittenberg Church, which today is known as the All Saints Church, and led the Protestant Reformation movement. So the 95 Theses. So down on the in the right um, bottom corner, you can see a list. So these are the 95 Theses that Martin Luther created. So he posted this on the door of the All Saints Church, and he basically challenged the church to to read these statements in regards to requesting a change and reforms for the practices that the church was committing. So the Roman Catholic Church committed other corruptive practices, as I stated, which led to Luther continuously combating the Roman Catholic Church for change. So, fun fact, one of the innovations that helped Martin Luther to actually write this 95 Theses was the movable type um, printing press. So, Luther's ideas were being read throughout the whole German states, and not only his, but other individuals who wanted to promote their religious beliefs were able to spread it through this amazing innovation of the moving type printing press. As you can see in the picture on the left, this is what the moving type printing press looked like. So, who was the Roman Catholic Church and what was their involvement in this movement? So, some of the practices that the Roman Catholic Church made people commit and follow were they basically, like I stated before, exploited them by selling them expensive indulgences to pass to heaven. held masses only in Latin, which unfortunately this was not the language that not many people spoke in, and raised armies to invade the Middle East, causing death and suffering. So this is what the Roman Catholic Church would be committing and doing behind the scenes, and a lot of people, of course, as they were faithful followers of this church, they did not have an idea of what was going on. So, um, Henry V III. So he was based in Europe. He was an English king who was strong Catholic from the Roman Catholic Church. However, one day he actually broke off and became distant with the Roman Catholic Church because he had demanded to divorce his wife. However, this went against some of the Roman Catholic Church's beliefs. They denied it, which made him start his own church called the Anglican Church to divorce his wife. So, who is John Calvin? So, John Calvin was also a pastor in the last half of the Renaissance, and he was a wealthy tradesman who was tired of the financial exploitation and shifted his political power away from the feudal lords and the Roman Catholic Church. And the result grew into a growing nationalism. So, he actually created his own type of religion as well, just like um, Henry VIII created his church. All these three men have something in common. What is it? They were all Reformation leaders. So all were one strict followers of the Roman Catholic Church. They were all followers of the Roman Catholic Church until one day Luther, for example, like I stated before, Luther and Calvin developed questions on the spiritual guidances offered. So, like I stated, these individuals have been questioning what the Catholic Church's purpose was and what their motives were. Henry's break from the church became very political due to him not being able to demand the church. So some of the effects that the Protestant Reformation movement led in Europe was strengthening the power of the monarchies. The people who were against the abuses, such as the indulgences and taxations, spoke with the monarchies who had rise in power to lessen the control of the church led by the Pope. So now that the people became aware of these practices and the way the Roman Catholic Church has been doing um, these unfaithful acts behind the people's backs, they had requested the monarchs to seek help and to lessen the control of the church on people. So, as a result, it became the breaking point of religious unity. New Christian denominations, such as various forms of Christian religion, with its basic monotheistic beliefs, and it led to the importance of teachings of Jesus. It also led to an increase of self-study of the Bible, and Protestant secular denominations aside from Lutheranism emerged. Lastly, what has the Protestant Reformation contributed in the Middle Age? Well, it shattered religious unity of Europe, which, um, like I said before, the people here had only been following the Roman Catholic Church, but was able to break off and create other different religions that other people could follow on their own behalfs. Protestants interpreted the Bible for themselves and sought deeper connections with God, which strengthened the power of the monarchs. And Reformation movement furthered the growth of the modern states. So that is all that I have to share for my topic. I hope you all learned something of the Protestant Reformation movement, and thank you all for watching.